Hey everybody, we're on part B of our 1.2 part point 2. So we're going to be doing some basic building blocks and really getting used to this. The whole idea here is there's more than one way to make every project. So we have to think about what's the best way to do some things. Make sure you have your data panel open so we could see this. Hopefully you do. If yours is closed, then you hit those 9 dots to open it. We should be in this folder that says IED 2025-2026. If you're not, double click on it to open it. Again, there should be nothing here yet. Now it's time to put our first piece of information there. Click New Folder, and I want you to type 1.2 Part 2 dash building blocks, and then press Enter. If you don't press Enter, it'll leave it as untitled. Now I want us to double click on this and you'll start to see a tree build. In our home, we made a project. In a project, we have a folder, and we're going to save about 15 files to this folder. So your files saved in whatever you have opened. So because I have this open, that's where it saves. Now go ahead and close the data panel. What I'm going to do is make an L block 3 times. So you might be asking about this L block, and here's what it's going to look like. 4 inches in length, 1.5 inches in width, in depth, 2 inches in height, and then we've got this little box part here that's 2 inches in width and 1 inch in height. So this is going to make our shape. I'm going to show you how to make this 3 times. So click on Create Sketch, and you're going to choose this bottom plane, and if I click on it properly, it should spin to say the word top. Now choose 2-point rectangle, and we're just going to click twice in 2 random spots. Up at the top you should see something called Sketch Dimensions. It's a picture of 2 lines with an arrow. And what this does, I'm going to choose this top line, then move your mouse up and get your mouse right in the middle, and I know that that is supposed to be 4 inches. So that tells us that from this line to this line is 4 inches. I also remember seeing that it was 1.5 inches for the depth. So I'm going to do the depth of 1.5 inches. Press Finish Sketch. Now I'm going to hit Extrude. I'm going to bring this up 1 inch, or you could type in 1 if you want to, doesn't matter, and press OK. I'm halfway there. I want you to choose Create Sketch, and this time over on this side of the box, you see how it's highlighted, click. It'll say the top again, but now instead of building it on our plane from before, it's going to build it on top of our last piece. Choose 2-point rectangle and pick the origin. So if I zoom in, you can see it's like a crosshair, but when I get to the origin, it's a square around that box. That's what I need. Then go up to the top, and you're going to drag until you get this. Do you see that little triangle right there? That's the midpoint, and I'm going to click again. If you did it perfect, this whole box is black lines. If not, they're blue lines, and go grab your teacher. Pause this right now. If you have all black lines, then press Finish Sketch. Now, it's a weird look. Up at the top, we have this thing called a view cube. This is the house. I want you to click on the house. Now what it does, this is our home view, and that's the isometric view. You're going to select Extrude one more time, and you're going to choose this side only, and you're going to drag it up 1 more inch and press OK. And again, if I hit the house, it will zoom out. This looks very nice. On the right side, you see this activation button. It looks like a bullseye. Right click and choose Appearance, and then you're going to scroll with your mouse until you can get to Paint. Choose Glossy, and we're going to grab blue, click and drag right over here and let go. Press close, and now you have a blue shape. Hit Windows Shift S on your keyboard, wait a moment, and you're going to take a picture of this. Now that's just copied. I'm going to go ahead and save this as L-block additive. It's called additive because we did a base layer and then we added more to it. Go back to the Google Classroom, and you're going to see an assignment called L-block 3 ways. Open up the slides, and you're going to paste this. Now it should come out as a massive picture, but we're just going to shrink it down. There we go. All three of these pictures should look the same when we're all done. Alright, I'm going to open the data panel, and you can see the L-block additive is right here. Close the data panel and close this tab. Now it's a new tab, and we're going to do this again with a subtractive method. Create sketch. Once again, choose this bottom area. Choose a 2-point rectangle. Click on the origin and click anywhere up there. Find the sketch dimension. Choose this top. Click again, and this should be 4 inches. And again, I know I'm done when all these lines are black. I still have a blue one, which means something's wrong, and that's because I didn't do the depth. And that is 1.5 inches. All of these are black, so I can press Finish Sketch. If any of your lines are still blue, pause the video now and get your teacher. This time we're going to choose Extrude, just like before, but instead of going up 1 inch, we are going to go up 2 inches and press OK. So this is called subtractive because I'm taking a big block and I'm going to take a cut out of here. Create sketch again, and we're going to choose the top of this one more time. So I'm looking at it from the top. Choose a 2-point rectangle, and this time we're going to zoom in, and I want you to click on this corner. So I said zoom in, and I haven't explained yet. The roll button on your mouse is the zoom button, so roll it forward or backwards. And then once again, I'm going to drag this until I get to the triangle and press OK. Now you're going to choose Finish Sketch. Hover over the house of the cube and choose the house. We're going to choose Extrude and pick this corner, but instead of going up this time, we're going to go down, and I'm going to type in -1 because I have to go down 1 inch. Your operation should say cut. If that's all true, press OK. Right click, Appearance. This time I'll make this one green. Grab the green and press close. I'm going to zoom out a little bit to get a smaller picture. Now I'm going to teach us another trick. That button that you roll forward and backwards, if you push it in, you see your thing turns into a hand, and you can move it around on the screen. That's called panning. Alright everyone, hit Windows Shift S. Take a screenshot. Let's save this as L-block subtractive. I had a tough time spelling that, but you could pause and write L-block subtractive and press save. Then go back to the Google Classroom, and if you took the screenshot, you could just paste. I pressed Control V, put it right there. Once again, I have the same thing, but I did it 2 different ways. The last one, instead of building from here, I'm going to build this picture first. So I'm going to do it from the front view and work my way out. So I'm going to hit the X right here. Create sketch, and this time I want you to choose the front and choose the line tool. First thing, click on the origin. Just go right a random amount. I'll show you. Some people think they can do 4 inches, but it doesn't work perfect. we could try our best. I went to the left 2 inches, up an inch, to the right 2 inches till I'm over the origin, and back down. So do you see how some of it's black and some of it's blue? That means it's not fully constrained. So again, we go up to sketch dimensions, and this time I'm going to do it a little bit different. Now that you know the pan method, hold the middle button and roll it to go to the left a little bit. From this point to this point, I want it to be exactly 4 inches, but you could see when you click, it's almost exactly, but your hand shakes a little bit when you press the button, and it's off by a few millionths of an inch, and we don't want that. Now I'm going to do this edge from here to here. That should be 1 inch. I'm going to do this left edge from the top to the bottom, and that should be 2 inches. And then I have a choice. I'm going to choose from this corner to this corner and 2 inches. And now everything is turned black. I don't need this one because we know that if the whole thing is 4 and this is 2, 4 take away 2 is 2. And I don't need this because if everything is 2 and this is 1, 2 take away 1 is 1. So it does the math on its own. Press finish sketch. Now when we extrude, instead of going up, we're pulling away. So we're going to put 1.5 inches. It should be a new body, and press OK. Now I'm going to teach you another trick. Hold the middle button down and you could pan. If I hold shift and the middle button down, that's called orbit. And this is so cool, you can look at it from lots of different ways. Alright, so put it at a random spot. Right click on here and choose appearance. And last one I did green, so I'll just pick a different color. Press close, hover over the view cube and press home. Again, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can get a better picture. Press save. This is L block. Oh my goodness. Front view. So I'm having a tough time typing. So pause and get that name correct. Press save. And then when you open up your data panel, you should have all 3 here. Close that data panel. Windows Shift S. And we've got a screenshot. Go back to your deliverables. Make this a lot smaller. Okay. For each of these now, additive, subtractive, and from that, doing it from the side view and extruding, give me an advantage or a disadvantage for each method. I don't need one of each. Just like what's an advantage for doing it additive, or what's a disadvantage. What's an advantage or a disadvantage for doing it subtractive, and what's an advantage or a disadvantage from doing it from the side. But please make it clear. I want to know if what you're typing is an advantage or if it's a disadvantage. So you'd begin with something like advantage, and then you would type the advantage. Or if it's something bad, disadvantage, and then you would type something bad. I want you to do it for each of these 3, and then talk to me about some of the tools and features that you found useful when doing this. Once you've done all those, you'll turn it in. I'm sorry for the long video. This is probably the longest one we'll have maybe all year. But hopefully that helped you understand Fusion a lot more clearly.